I've always told people you have to be able to hold two conflicting ideas in your head. Like it is, and I don't remember where I heard this, but that one of the hallmarks of real success is the ability to do that. And hearing you talk about it when the stakes are as high as I may never walk again, was the first time I heard somebody that had that much on the line talk about that duality. Tell me a little bit more about that and how you manage that.
Yeah, and you mentioned how do I talk about that or teach it, right? Like when I'm brought in, every keynote that I give is the miracle morning. It's always like a CEO that read the book and he's like, you gotta come teach our sales team or our staff or whatever, right? So that's why I'm brought in. For 10 years as a keynote speaker, I was telling my accident story and teaching this lesson of the power of accepting what you can't change and giving yourself the gift of emotional, I call it emotional invincibility, right? And it's where you're invincible from any emotions controlling you, and you're in control of your emotions. And so I talk about how, what you said, the duality, where the more we want something, usually, the more disappointed we are when we don't get it, right? And, or devastated, right? The more we want it, right? It's that spectrum of if you really are like, you want it more than anything in the world, then if you don't get it, you're devastated, you're suicidal, I mean, you're right. And so I think that for me, it takes practice. Now we say this to the audience. They go, how many of you think this is really a powerful idea? It makes a lot of sense, but it's easier said than done. And everybody's hand goes up like, yeah, this is crazy, right? I get it, but I can't do that. And it's because we're not addicted, but we've programmed ourselves over our entire lives. The way we respond to adversity is the way we respond to adversity, right? So for example, traffic is usually a low level of adversity. If you're running late and you leave late because you woke up late or kids were whatever it was, you hit traffic. What's the response normally?
Frustration.
I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, right? And we literally spend the entire drive. So let's say it's normally a 30-minute drive to work and it takes us 45 or whatever because of traffic. You live in LA, right? You know it better than anybody. But we spend that entire 45 minutes literally killing ourselves, right? Being that we're stressed out, we're tense, we're frustrated, we're riding the car in front of us. Like, does that work? That doesn't move them, right? You know? And I realized that, so people think, well, I'm upset because of this thing. We always have something to point to. Of course I'm angry. Look at what she did. Of course I'm sad. Look at what I lost. Of course I'm frustrated. I need to be at work in a half an hour and this is going to take me 45 minutes, right? We think it's the thing. We always point at the thing. And when I realized it's never the thing. It's our resistance to the thing. So when I was like anybody, I hit traffic and I'd be frustrated or upset or, mad at myself that I left late or mad at the person that made me late or whatever. And then I went, wait a minute. I actually used to have these wristbands that said, can't change it, that I used to give out to high school students after my speeches. And I'd be driving and I'd see my wristband and I'd go, oh yeah, wait, this applies, I can't change traffic. I would take a deep breath and I would just go, I'm going to enjoy the ride. And I would turn the radio on and enjoy. And so all of a sudden, traffic had zero control over my emotional state. And so whether it's traffic or it's being in a horrific car accident, we are completely in control of our emotional state. And the key that unlocks the door to emotional invincibility, if you will, is acceptance. It's accepting it. And so